you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
Very detailed.
Yeah.
This looks like a fucking movie.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
Yeah, if this is what the game
What's your
actually
name?
looks like, it's pretty
Jason
insane.
Duval.
Yeah, apparently this is running on PS5.
You might have. Hey,
Hey.
They've updated their character models.
Hands above your head, now!
you stay.
Yeah, dude, if the game looks like this, that's fucking crazy.
You make me nervous, isn't it? Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shots, baby!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
I feel like I'm watching
this? We're
a
doing
trailer
all
for a game right now.
Yo, D, this full effect? They got your name, address, they got everything.
Oh yeah, Rockstar always uses like the most mainstream fucking music ever.
Like,
You and me, Lou. We got this.
We got it.
Valve's good. Valve's good.
say Vice City, baby! Vice City, baby!
Come to Fields Ammunition today. We got more guns than the law allows.
Hey,
I have so much thoughts.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
Just let it play a little extra longer with that song so YouTube can really just figure out what song that is to yell at me about. I'm just gonna jump in here. If that is indeed in engine graphics, which I have no reason to think it's not, just because Rockstar doesn't really fuck around otherwise, it's super impressive. If the game looks like this, I do not want to hear anybody bitching about how the current gen isn't a big enough jump in graphics, because there's not a game that looks like this.
Yeah.
The only other game that looks this impressive to me is Naughty Dog's upcoming Intergalactic game.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, I've never seen a game that looks like this. The amount of, and again, these are just like cinematics happening here, but I believe this is an engine. The amount of shit happening here between the lighting, the reflections, the movement, the detail of like everything, it's really insane. But also, if anyone was going to make a game look this good, it had to have been Rockstar. They spend a shitload of time making games, and they don't put like hard release dates on their games. They release them when they release them.
Well, when you're selling hundreds of millions of copies, you
Well, yeah.
don't really have to.
Yeah. They also have to take their time too, because a lot of people bitch about the delays, but I'm like, okay, they got to make a more ambitious game than their already ambitious games. But also, I guarantee they're going to have an online component to this game, so they're also making an MMO. Loosely putting the term MMO.
Yeah, and if they do, as long as it functions better than GTA 5's,
it's better, dude.
I might pick it up for that aspect of it.
Yeah,
but
they've been tiptoeing out a better online experience, but even Red Dead Redemption 2's is better, but not as good as it could have been. So hopefully they'll get that figured out in this. But I guarantee they'll make money for the next 10 to 15 years on this game.
Oh, easy.
If they have an online thing. But yeah, the graphics are some of the best graphics, if not the best graphics I've ever seen in a game, which is crazy. The detail, even you can see fucking bubbles in this beer.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And the reflection on that shit, it's just insane. This doesn't look like a game. This looks like a movie or like a CGI movie or something. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, graphics crazy. It was cool to actually see more of the characters. Those character models have been updated since the last trailer, from what I can remember. Because I remember the early footage, which was like, I think I'm remembering the leaked footage. A lot of people complained about because they're like, this looks like shit, but that was like alpha footage, and even then it looked pretty impressive, but it didn't look like this.
Gotta stop having opinions on
Leaks. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's fun to talk about it, but people get like really fucking impassioned about this shit. I'm like, it's not even confirmed. You don't even know what you're talking about. But the last trailer didn't look this good. So something has happened since that last trailer, and I think that came out like 2023.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously not the same type of game, but I mean, we saw that even with the Final Fantasy 7 remake, the early footage versus like the trailers right before it came out.
Yep.
It just drastically looked better. So
yeah, which, you know, you would assume because they're still working on it, it's going to look better regardless. But so many games, they'll be like, this is the alpha, don't judge it. And then it comes out and looks the exact same.
Right.
All the fucking time. That's the standard. So I'm not used to games actually progressively getting much more better looking from the earlier iterations of it. So Jason and Lucia, I think that's their names. Their character models are like way more detailed and better looking than what I saw before. He almost looks different to me. So that's cool to see that they, you know, weren't stuck on specific things and they were able to play around and I assume improve their character models. They look better to me than they did before. This shot right here is fucking insane. This reminds me of like Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. Because Red Dead Redemption 2 has like amazing big sky areas that are just absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, it's definitely got the Rockstar charm to it. It's definitely got the crazy zaniness, the fun music. At one point, they mentioned, is he a Fed, which is interesting because one of the early leaks suggested that he would be a undercover Fed, but we'll see. Hopefully, I didn't spoil anything because I don't know. Yeah, I'm super fucking impressed. This is like really crazy looking. I also like that in contrast to the last game where you had 3 dudes you're kind of jumping between and they all kind of fucking just hated each other and like we're just talking shit constantly. I kind of like that we're playing with the idea of like people who are in a relationship. It feels way different, which is nice because even Grand Theft Auto 4 was very different than 5 in terms of its story.
Well, also basically it's just a modern take on Bonnie and Clyde, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it gives me Bonnie and Clyde vibes. But it's fresh. It feels different, which I really dig. That's fucking gorgeous. And the last thing. This is something that Rockstar's never been strong with. And they've slowly gotten better at it. But I don't think Rockstar's good at like cinematography in their cutscenes. I think they've actually been really bad at it. I think Grand Theft Auto 5... tried to do some more cinematic stuff in the storytelling. Definitely some of their best attempts. Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. But neither of them, they're gorgeous games, but they're not telling stories like, you know, a Kojima game or like a Naughty Dog game in terms of its cinematography.
Yeah.
This is like very cinematic. This is such a huge jump for Rockstar in terms of how they tell their stories from just these like clips we're seeing from the game. There's like, you know, camera panning, very cinematic looking, some movement with that, camera angles that feel a little more inspired, a little more cinematic. Like this is definitely seemingly brand new territory for Rockstar because like I said, I think it's been one of their weaknesses in their storytelling is the way they portray it cinematically. And this is absolutely, I won't be able to claim that anymore after this game. Because they're definitely getting more ambitious with how they're portraying the story. So I really appreciate that. Thoughts? I know you've been kind of throwing stuff in there. But.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really going to have very deep thoughts on it.
Yeah.
It's a very good-looking game, you know, presuming this is what the game looks like. And even if it's just the cutscene, it's a really good-looking cutscene.
It's a fantastic looking cutscene, yeah.
You know, thematically, it feels like, you know, Grand Theft Auto to me,
Yeah.
so it's going to be hard for me to have like any thoughts on that too much.
Which I'm really happy about because it's been so long since Grand Theft Auto 5 that I was worried that maybe the creative juices of Rockstar won't be able to reproduce something that feels like Grand Theft Auto again. Just make an open world game, but not make it feel like Grand Theft Auto. And this does.
Well, also
feel
there's like
GTA.
a small bit of a concern there because of like the timing of the game's development cycle and like how certain devs were making their games there for a little bit. That people were worried that it was going to be tamer because
Yep.
you know, gaming was kind of going
For a while
through
there.
something. Yeah.
Yep.
But no, it looks like a Grand Theft Auto game through and through.
1000%,
The stuff happening, and it's very like very zany, like you said, like very extremisms of like American culture and stuff. So
Yeah, it says capture on PS5, not even Pro.
oh yeah.
It's interesting. That's so fucking detailed.
Yep.
I wish we got gameplay, but this is still super fucking impressive.
Well, it's also
Even
a
the
nice
raccoon in the background.
a nice treat, you know, with them having to give out a release date and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So going forward, I don't know if they did a lot with it with 5, but I remember with 4 they did a lot of like tech videos where they kind of like explained, you know, the actual like mechanics of the game and stuff like that. Hopefully they do that again. I like
They
that kind of
basically
stuff.
got a whole year to do that now
Yeah.
from here on out.
So, yeah, it'd be cool to like listen to someone like break down the systems that are in the game, including like, you know, any like AI updates to like civilian behaviors and wildlife and all that stuff, weather, etc. So
The leaks, I don't know if they're true or not, but suggest a huge overhaul to AI, which the game's already had crazy AI.
right.
There's supposed to be like obviously the star rating for when you commit crime, but like for instance, if you like go into a store and like hold the place up, cops can get called. If you shoot the cops, like SWAT team will show up, but they'll actually like breach the building and like plot to get in, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, one of the leaks said that there's supposed to be like a hurricane system, so like the city can get flooded.
Yeah. So stuff like that is what I'd want to like.
Advancements like that.
I just want to hear them talk about.
Oh
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, because
But just the AI stuff, like
Yeah.
I was reading like they were saying like car accidents will happen and like tow trucks will show up and like all sorts of shit's going to be happening constantly, which I believe with Rockstar.
yeah. But yeah, other than that, you know, especially for people I know who've been waiting for this game, I'm sure this was a very exciting day for a lot of people. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's exciting for me. This exceeds my expectations. I already expected it to be really good looking. I expected it to be more ambitious, but this feels like Grand Theft Auto, but it also feels like the jump that makes the time waited make sense. Because you wait that long of a amount of time for a game and it comes out, or you know they show it off and it looks like not that great. You're gonna be like kind of worried, a little disappointed. I don't think that I think this justifies the wait. You look at that and you're like, everybody's asking like fucking, is that what the game's gonna look like?
yeah,
And I kind of feel like it's gonna, so which will be crazy. But yeah, I can't wait to see more on it. I was gonna say I can't wait to play it, which I can't, but we have like a year now to wait for the game, and I just gotta wait
At
for
least.
gameplay presentations, which I'll be excited about because I think Rockstar does a really good job with their presentations on games when they do release games. In the rare treat that they release a game, but yeah, I feel like this is gonna be worth the wait. It looks absolutely ambitious, which is what I was hoping for with Rockstar. It's got to be so difficult to release games that are so ambitious that the people in your genre just give up because they can't make a game as big as yours, to have to outdo yourself
yeah,
again. Like that's got to be so fucking daunting to go, okay, we gotta start again. How big we going? How big's the city? How many cities are we gonna have here? How many airports? How many characters? Like, what's the story? What are we gonna do to push the game forward? Like, that's gotta be fucking rough. So,
yeah.
and I'm sure that's with every dev, having to outdo yourself from your last game. But Rockstar's games it's just like MMOs. People don't want to make a sequel to MMOs ever because, or they didn't. It's because they had to invest years and years and years into this fucking game. You want to start over?
Yeah.
So it's just easier to upgrade graphics. So I'm sure it's similar. Rockstar's like, fuck, dude, we got like many years ahead to start working on this now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, cool stuff. You got nothing else?